Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day this is for you. Me, English, Libe, and Jackie Quay, Christiana Carr, and Chris Carr, superstar of this beautiful divine being right here. I welcome you, beautiful divine beings, right here too. Figured I'd change today. I'm still stinky, and I need to go have a shower. I just want to go hide under my bed. Hide under my bed. Under my sheets, whatever. Today's the day. Children go to their fathers for 2 months trial. That's not the issue. Mind that it's natural. They want to go try living with their dad. That's okay. It's the way this is all gone about. Still has not eased my mind. It kind of follows along in a certain thing, but anyways. I am going to do a Moonlodge inward tree for centering. I'm needing to find center and get grounded in me. Maybe you need that too. Okay. I've shared a couple of the crying videos. I don't want to keep doing that. That's not, that's how I feel. It's the raw. It's in the moment now. This is what's going on now. It's currently happening, and not much I can do. It's hard when the system's broken in the broken world, whatever. Who's hurt the most? It's the kids. And just adults whine and complain more than kids do, though, don't we? Kids are the ones that suffer the most. The kids are the one. Anyway, so let's go on to basic survival. They're all met. All of our needs are met. Little victories is like they're having a victory right now. It's not celebrating. It's not a victory. When lies and deceit seem to win, everybody loses. There's no winners. You lie and cheat, steal. Yeah, there's abuse on either side. That's why, you know. This begins within. We live in our own integrity, even when you're in your integrity, because of what's happened before, right? That's taints people's views of you. Yeah, this has happened. All sorts. So yeah, so this has been a back and forth thing. Really, this case doesn't really present like that, but you know, because we're unbiased, we've got to think that it could be like that. You don't know what unbiased is. Alright, nobody's made a false claim, nobody's made a true one. Anyways. Waking up every morning. I'm gonna get through this. I'm trying to keep myself together, and it's hard. Those are my children. They're not possessions. It was their festival. I did my part. My job's done, right? Hey, Moonlodge inward tree for centering. That's what we're gonna do today. Moonlodge inward tree for centering. Need to get grounded. Feel that I'm surrounded. I feel like I'm drowning. It's okay, I know how to swim. And I'm a mermaid. I can breathe in the water there. Can't drown me. Swing, let's swing it, let's swing it. Let's call in all of our energies from the east, the path of illumination, clarity, place of fire, place of man. Let's call all of our energies in from the south, the place of childhood, the emotions, the waters. Place of innocence. Let's call back all of our energies from the west. That's the physical, the earth, the woman, place of introspection. We call back all of our energies from the north. That's the air, the mental or wisdom years. We walk this earth walk. Oh, what's sleeping up behind there? What's sleeping up? The teacher. We're learning. Oh, that one's popping up too. We're learning not to scrutinize every little detail, right? The fertility. We plant those seeds. We don't dig that up to see how that seed is growing. Right? And these tears water those seeds that are planted. So it's that creativity. Open up to that. From childhood to the north, in adulthood, that's our red road, our earth walk up there to the north, to the wisdom years. We learn to be grateful, and it's about being grateful for what we have, right? Or you'll never be happy, because there's always wanting more. You're not looking at what you have, you're looking at what you don't have. So that's the wisdom years, to start looking and see that we do. Look at what we've already got. It's true gratitude. And east to west is the blue road of spirit, where we can pray, right? The white buffalo calf woman brought the peace pipe to the Lakota people. Buffalo shared its skin, its meat. Right? And then we have abundance, right? And they thought they were abundant. Sometimes we think there's abundance and we keep taking more than we need, right? And we don't. Let's pray. Pray. Stay connected to that spirit and know we're not doing anything on our own. Even this breathing, this is a breath of life. This comes from our Creator, so we need to be grateful for that. Everything on this earth, every human being, everything that's happening in our life, and sometimes it's hard to be grateful when you're going right through it. And maybe, like I said before, this is a time that if there's a bigger seizure coming, or something, my kids aren't going to find me, so don't know what that is, but I trust fully, wholly in spirit. It goes east to west and is always with us. East to west is the blue road of spirit, right? And see that we are a reflection of that divine, the seeking and finding who I am inside, that divine inside. And where is the divine lesson in this? What is your plan? I don't know what it is, but I can believe. And in that, this is hard, but my human mind can't fathom the bigger picture of it all, the life lessons that come from it, what my kids signed up for, whatever that is, I don't know. Above, below, everything. Okay. Up, below, and listen. Think of these up to line them up with the rest of medicine woman material for when we're done. What's that saying? Thunder shield, the pierced a shield, right? I'm kind of going through something like that, right? Didn't think kids would ever be taken away from their good mother, but, right, that's the thing. Don't fight. Whatever. The shield is pierced. Thunderbird rises. Revolution. This used to be the tower in the other card. We got to shatter those old beliefs for those new ones to grow. Whatever didn't work for us. Whatever didn't serve that purpose. So this is what we're talking about. There's a tower moment, right? Don't get too cocky. Don't think that, hey, you got this. And hey, they're my kids. They're not going to take my kids. Got some people that can talk real pretty. Be so convincing, right? They're desperate. Please save these children. It's a wonder they haven't been taken already. fall for that. Even professionals. Excuse me. That's why we're going to get this inward tree for centering. I know I'm not the only one going through all that. So those are all set for that. And we're going to go with the East, the whirling spirit. Key to unlocking your secret talents in the middle of these. Right there. Bring this back here. It's not what we do. Like that, something like that. Huh? All the books, I put them on. In the East. Okay, and South is the emotions. Innocence. True feelings from the situation. The thing going on. In the South. The West. Dream within the dream. Nor the wisdom you may not have known you had in you. Bringing all of these together. And central card, know the truth, self knows without can never fool you again. Okay. Okay, A's on the line now. There we go. Alright, we get those books up there. So we got the storyteller and then expansion. What are the stories we're telling ourselves? They're keeping us restricted or expanded. Like I watch my stuff and hey, right? We let it flow. Let those go out and you can see. And it's nice if you have like a recording that you can see maybe and hear back. Because sometimes that's where the healing comes from, is when we hear ourselves. What is it that you're telling yourself? So sometimes having a recording or to write it down so we can look back and reflect on it afterwards and see if we still feel that same way about it and whatnot, what have yous. Whatever don't be for Jewel. Okay, I don't know. Ouch, I'm gonna lift this up higher. Excuse me. Oh, that hurt. Okay. Okay, so yeah, what are we doing here? East, okay. East card is what? Right. The storyteller, the expansion of the stories we're telling us, helping us to expand or keeping us restricted, right? And hey, well, we don't know what our children's stories are. It's an introspection. We can only look inside to know what Creator has made us for. What were we designed to do on this earth, right? What is our job on this earth walk this time around, huh? I don't know. What's that for you? Right, even it looks like somebody else's. Nobody can do it like you, right? We all bring our own flavor to it. What is that? Let's look inside. Just see the stories, right? We must reflect on that. And that tower must come in and pierce that. The stories that we're telling ourselves. This is not true. This could be worse. My children hate me. It's the final whatever, right? I don't know what the purpose of this is. I know. Creator's got this. That's my belief. That's my faith in that. So east to west, excuse me, right? You want to get grounded and centered. East and nurturing. We have to nurture ourselves, right? Yes, we do. Open up to that healing and nurturing, but we need to do that self-care and find out what it is that we need. What is it that our body needs? What is it that we maybe didn't get in childhood, right? That's the magic of that. When we do that self-care, When we respect our bodies as a sacred space, we'll also respect others as a sacred space too, right? Know that we are all needed here. Everyone in humanity is needed, is important. We're all magical. Just to be born, that's magic, right? Who you are. There's a miracle in that. So let's see what that is. Never to eat, try to eat. I'm going this way. But the east one up here. Right. So the east, the whirling of spirit. Key to unlocking that, to know that you are magic, right? Nurturing ourselves, taking that time to listen to our bodies. That's how we can unlock that magic inside of us. To unlock your spiritual nature and clearly seeing your spiritual talents and abilities, right? We're all given some. So if we're nurtured, take that time to listen to ourselves and listen to our bodies, right? Be that parent to that child that we need, when maybe we needed long ago, right? Here's the East Shield coming up into the, after that, in the South position. South. New growth or seed. Look to this card for possible beginnings, either in personal relationship or in how you relate to the environment. The Moonlodge spread. In the Moonlodge spread, this card may reveal your true feelings about someone or something. It is the card that will show you your hidden emotions towards a person or thing. Right? We get illumination and clarity through these things that we're going through, even though we might not like it. There is, if we're open to that, instead of, we're just going to tell us stories. If we actually really look inside in that deep, we'll get that clarity about what that is and return to our innocence. Here we are in the South innocent position, right? Porcupine sits in the South for innocence in that emotion. If we know that we are all innocent, that's illumination and clarity. We keep looking for blame and where did it all start? So all we can do is just begin within and change that, going, whoa, this starts here, and recognizing those stories that have been told to us, even too, about ourselves and what we accepted as that. Bring illumination to that and shine that light that we're all innocent in that. Even those ones that hurt us, there's an innocence in them too. Because if we keep going, where does this, right? Again, I recommend watching The Shack, especially that scene on the Judgment. That really, it really makes you think then too, right? It's time to go, no, I recognize these cycles and patterns, and these ones stop here with me. I'm not going to blame everybody because they followed and picked up on those. I'm going to stop them here with me, right? And I can't stop it in my children either. They're going to repeat what they're going to repeat. Their lessons are their lessons. They're on their own journeys. All of our children are. They're not there to make up for what we lost in our lives. They're not there for us to make up for what we didn't get and wish we had. And, you know, it's not about redoing our childhoods within our children. That's not how we take care of this little in here. We don't project our pain onto our children. So we must see, each of us, see how we do that. And we all do it to some extent, whether we mean to or not. That's why we need to open up and wake up and have that awareness about it and get that clarity and see how we're doing it ourselves. And no shame and blame, because we're all innocent in that too. We're innocent in the repeating cycles. But once we catch on to them, right, we can change them. That's the thing. Don't think you're doomed because, well, this is just the way it is. This is how things are done in my family, and I've got to repeat it. This is what we do. We just keep repeating. No. Begins within. Free will beings. You can make the choice. You're going to repeat the cycles of abuse, or you're going to say, this stops here with me. Right? And catch on. It takes the work. It doesn't mean it's going to go whoop like that. It takes that work, right? We didn't get here overnight. Healing doesn't happen overnight, although sometimes it can seem that way. You just got to open up. I mean, magic. There's magic when we open up to that and tap in and actually start listening to our bodies and what we really need. The truth of that. That's who we are. That's the burden basket we see. Self-reliance. We need to take care of our own. We need to carry our own weight in the world. Really, or that's dumped onto somebody else, and that is not fair. So that's how we build that self-reliance. We're innocent, we're dependent on others, but you know what? We're not completely self-reliant. We think that we are. We're reliant on our source. We're reliant on our Mother Earth. So, right, we do need other people. More than anything, though, we need Our Father Spirit and our Mother Earth. However you want to call it, whatever that is. We need Spirit and Earth. We are both. We are both. Excuse me. Right? That's the record keepers when we look back. We humans have separated ourselves. You know? Man versus nature. Well, man is part of nature. Right? So we go back, and as we're changing these cycles, because this is what we're talking about here. Here's the morning star, too. As we're talking about this is what we need to do. We need to nurture, to find that magic within ourselves. We're highlighting and illuminating what that child went through, the cycles that we're going to break. So we become, I can break this cycle. So we look back, we look through the family histories to find those cycles that are in there. We look through the patterns that we see. We don't necessarily have to go into all these genograms and do deep dives in your ancestry and things like that. Just in your own little family, you can see patterns and stuff. And what's going to stop with you? You can't stop it in anybody else. You can't stop it in your children either. You can only change that in you. That's the truth, right? That's the dream within the dream may lead you to your real purpose in life, so study it carefully. Is your dream a vision or a product of your superficial ego? Or are you being truly introspective and realizing the goals which your higher self is suggesting? It is here in the West that you impregnate yourself with your real life mission. Are you a record keeper? You're passing on those stories to other generations. What are you passing on? Right? Are you laying burdens on that next generation to pick up? Going, well, we're not going to be here. It's going to be left to them. Right? We do not, what is it? It's not, we don't leave the earth to our children. We are borrowing it from them. Something like that. I don't know. But it's beautiful. And if we all build up that self-reliance and see that we are, right? We are equipped with everything we need to go out and pursue that purpose and get our basic needs met and to help others, right? And we can look through those records in the human history. What? We don't need to repeat everything. We're all innocent in this, and we're all thinking that, yeah, we got this. We are separate from nature, but we are part of nature. Man is nature. It's not man versus nature. Man is nature. This is the North card, indicates the inner wisdom you may not have recognized in yourself. The North is the place of wisdom and knowing. Therefore, if you're looking outside for answers, this card gently nudges you into following the animal's lead to find the same wisdom within yourself. Studying this card with the idea of knowing yourself will break any self-deceptions you may have. To know yourself, that's the true victory. We get in touch with who we are. We are all expressions of the divine. We are all created in the likeness of our Creator. We get in touch with that source inside, and we recognize that in others too. There's a victory, right? I see the innocence in you. It's the same as the innocence in me, right? And we're not putting those burdens on anybody else. Look at that. 3-4, 4-3, spider weaving, right? We're weaving our own nets, catching our own morsels. Others need help too. Then we're there to help because, well, I have more than I need. I have enough to spare and share. And that's what I do. I don't hoard it away, right? That's the victory. When we all share, when we all take responsibility and we're all acting from that place of love, from that spirit within us, that spirit that animates us all, we're acknowledging that in each other. That's that victory. That's how we make that expansion and we expand. We don't keep contracting and keep repeating because we're all taking that time to look inside. We're all beginning within, right? And we're weaving the truth. We're seeing through those lies and deceptions. We're seeing the truth. Okay. Whoopsies. So that's that one. Whoopsies. I am off, so off. It's okay. That means I'm a clear channel to pour the divine messages through. Because I'm not attached to this. No more, I'm just empty right now. Hey! How can you be filled up if you're full? You gotta be empty to be filled up, right? Oh, central card, this indicates the integration point of all the directional medicines of your personal unconscious. It is the power shield of the true self. This is the card of the circle of knowing the within, the taproot of your personal consciousness. Know the true self, the within, and those without can never again deceive you. That's self-reliance. We don't have to be totally reliant on self. We have that source. Self-sacrifice. Yeah, we had self-reliance up here, and then that self-sacrifice. Sacrificing that need to feel like I have to do this on my own. I'm all alone. The burden's all on me. Nobody else has ever gone through anything like this. Nobody could ever understand. Right? So let's sacrifice that self that thinks it's the only one that's going through that. The sun dance was for those warriors to be able to relate and give appreciation and thanks to the Earth Mother and to all the mothers for the blood, sweat, and tears that they leave and share with the Earth. So they're pierced through their pectoral muscles. And of course, it kind of looks scary to the observer, right? Because they dance back and forth to the tree of life and all day, leaving their blood, sweat, and tears there. This is so that they can relate. Right? So they sacrifice that self, that ego self that says we are separate from creation. We sacrifice that self that says we are above creation. We sacrifice that ego that says man is in control of creation. Maybe that trickster, because when we think that it's all man, we keep following man's laws. No, it's the universal laws that govern us, not man's laws. Right? What is that? Let man. Right? Man is the materialistic part of it. We get hooked on that and we think that's it, right? Oh my gosh, I can't work, I can't feed my family. Right? So it's all become about an economy and not about how we are all self-sufficient. We can all be self-reliant. We can all learn to plant seeds. We can all share our crops. Right? We don't need department stores. We don't need big corporations. We don't need a healthcare system that's treated as a business, right? And is looking just to sell you more. And in the healthcare business, well, you're out of business if everybody's healthy. So then, right, let's trick ourselves and think that they're trying to do what's best for us when all they want is to make more money. Okay? Let's sacrifice that ego self thinking, yeah. Right? They're trying to think of what's best for the humans. No, those people, positions of power that let it go to their heads. They don't want you thinking for yourself. They know they keep you in fear. They can control you. So how much do we let them do that? Each one of us needs to do that inside. Recognize that inside ourselves. What have we fallen for? What are we standing up for? It's not going against. We trick ourselves because that's what they want. They want us all fighting. They want us to see each other as all different. I'm separate from you and you're separate from me. We have to fight if we don't agree. This is the truth of what's happening now. And it is a great victory for us all to see that. There's a wisdom. We all know that. We're all knowing that there is something that's just not right here. Trust in that. Instead of going, no, I just got to follow blindly because, no, our leaders want what's best for us. Not always. That's like thinking every single parent wants what's best for their child. It's not so. Unfortunately. But it's not in that parent because we can only love with what the capacity we have to love, with how we've learned to do that, right? So it's not about blame or shame, it's about understanding so that we stop taking that personally, return to that innocence and see our parents as innocent as well. Whatever kind of relationship we had with that or the caregivers, whoever were the main ones in our lives at that very crucial, fragile time in our lives. Really see that. We're all innocent. Okay? It's time to change those cycles, not keep looking at and keep pointing fingers. Right? So we go to the east, that nurturing and that magic, seeing that magic of who we are, that we all are, seeing the magic in everybody, seeing the divinity in all and everywhere, right? And recognizing that call to do that, recognizing that call, right? And then taking that action. You recognize that call, and then you have the will to do it. You align your will with the Creator's will, because then you know you're doing in the highest and best interest of all, because I'm not thinking that I know what's best for anybody. I'm getting my ego out of the way and opening up to be a divine channel, aligning my thoughts with the divine in the highest and best interest of all. If I'm having a hard time with that, I can always ask for assistance from all my relations from the source. But we can recognize that call and take action on it. Because we can sit there and say we're manifesting something, but if we don't actually take action, then what are we doing? Right? We can just sit here and meditate, but we do have to take action. So recognize that call. Sometimes that action is just sitting and resting, right? Sometimes that's hard. We're playing that waiting game. So, but that's what we need to do. We need to recognize that call. 1, 2. Recognize the call. Or 2, 1. Recognize the call. Align our thoughts with the divine and seeing the highest best interest of all. That's how we get that clarity in the east. We let that pour through us. We be that open channel to it. And then in the south, the true feelings on that in the situation that we are in. Because we're all innocent in this. We're all innocent. We've all been misled, misguided by people in power, people that we've entrusted to make the decisions in the highest and best interest of all of us. Not to divide us, to help to unite us. This is what's needed. Wow, 2 on that. Passing on, no, 3 on that one. The ever-deepening of love, the exemplar of bowls, exemplar of pipes, and the knight of stones. Ever-deepening love, the sages, the self well-expressed, and passing on knowledge. So this is what we do when we get down into that innocence of that, okay? That's the innocence. Some of our parents innocently passed on some things that were, well, this is just the way it is, and right? But they didn't pass it on that, how to plant your own seeds. But this is how we can do that. If our parents really expressed themselves, they didn't depend on us. If we don't put that on our kids and make our kids responsible for our happiness, no? That's what we need to see. Then we have that ever-deepening love for ourselves. The children can express themselves. If they see they're accepted just as they are, they're full, whole beings. There's no need to choose between a parent. We needed both for them to get here. No matter what's happened, we don't know what is going to be taught. We don't know what kind of expression is going to come out of that love, right? They need to love themselves too. If we see ourselves in them, maybe that can help us love ourselves. And we pass on that knowledge, how we change cycles, how we transmute a poison, how we fertilize it, how the food gets to the cities in the grocery stores. It just doesn't magically appear in there. Our children need to know the source. The source is not men. It's not money that makes the world turn. It's going to turn without that. Okay, so we need to respect and get, fall back in line, people. So you want to fall in line? Well then, right? Get in the line where you are supposed to be. Right? Man is no more important than anything else on this earth, We were the last ones made. Everything survived before we got here. It'll survive without us too. Do we want to be part of this? Well, let's respect that. Each other. See the divine in everyone. See that in yourself. See yourself as that innocent child too. Don't blame yourself. Don't tell yourself stories of the faults that you had, whatever that was for you. North, the wisdom that we have. Sorry, west. The dream within the dream within the dream. Dream within the dream with the self-sacrifice and the trickster. I'm going to let it pop out. I know there was a couple that I wanted to try. I'm trying to just get one for each one. That would be great. Let's start her. There we go. A little thing. The seed of prosperity. This is what we're doing. That's the dream within the dream. We're planting these seeds. We're going to water them with the fertilizers, right? And we're seeing the truth. That's the central card. The trickster's the central card, not the north. The victory up here. Planting those seeds of prosperity. Right, that's the Ace of Stones. All messed up again, right? That's our central card. The West is the burden basket. See, that we can plant those, right? They've already been planted. That's in the record keeper. There's stuff that's already been there for us, right? And then we can plant our own seeds, so we don't need to be a burden on anybody else, because we can see we can do this for ourselves. We know that we are supplied for. We know we can make our own gardens. We know that we can do our own hunting. That's the victory of it. We do not need a lot of the things that we have here. It's a lot of luxuries that we don't need, but we're convinced that we do need it because, right? How do they keep us coming back to them, right? We need something outside of ourselves. We cannot survive without grocery stores. We cannot survive if we cannot work. Well, look at the work that we're doing. We can. We've been convinced. This is a society that's been materialistic and all focused on material. It's not the material that helps us to survive. Right? There's people, all that breatharians out there. So, they don't even need to eat all that, whatever. What's that belief? What are you believing? What are you telling yourself to be true? It's not. I don't know. What's the victory? What's that North card? What's that wisdom? Indicates inner wisdom we may not have recognized in ourselves. Right, there's two coming out. And, right, the bounty. These are two major arcanas. That's spirit there with us. We may not recognize. We are able to keep that peace. We can do that. We can bring a peaceful world by finding that in ourselves and then sharing it out, teaching others as well. By our example. By our example, the peacemaker interfacing the world. Mediation. So seeing, right? And giving that, right? Knowing where we got that from. This didn't come from me. This is spirit, right? We are all like mediators of the spirit. We are here where earth and spirit meet, here in the middle of us, right? That's the bounty. The earth is eternally fertile. This is the Empress in the regular deck. Expression, fertility, bountiful, Earth Mother. That's who supports and sustains it. It's not man. That's the wisdom that we know. We don't need all of these rules and regulations. Yeah, some will argue, yes, some do, blah, blah, because some just want to be told what to do. Some do not want to think for themselves. That's fine. Some of them are begging for somebody to lead them. We all need to get in touch, but we all need to know that support. And hey, if some want to go to others, that's where the burdens come in. Are we going to be a burden to everybody else? Because if you're not doing the things to support and sustain yourself, you're counting on somebody else to do that. So it falls on somebody else to do that. Obviously. So, are you saying how that's the victory? And that if we could all see that, it is all of our responsibility to help build this peaceful world. And we all can do that. We all have the ability to be the peacemaker, to be a mediator between spirit and material. We all have that. Channels of that divine expression. We're all fully supported. We all can express ourselves and plant the seeds that fertility is out again, wherever that was. Planting those seeds of prosperity. So for that peaceful world, that's that victory when we're all doing that. We're not getting caught up in the tangled webs of lies and deceit. We are seeing clearly. We're not so focused on one little hole in the web that we miss out on the big giant morsels, deliciousness that it's caught, right? So now here, what is our true self in all of this? The true self that we can count on. That's in us all. There we go. Listening. We had two. Everything. Listen to the truth of the sages, right? We have these young ones coming up thinking that they know everything, but we do. Some of these sages think that they know everything too, which can be an arrogance, and then they're not channeling spirit through. It's their own, right? Man thinks they know better than God. It's when man starts to do it in their own ways, and they're not channeling that spirit. Free your mind to fly with Eagle the Flyer. See, tapping into that joy. Right? Hummingbird is representative of joy, right? Eagle flies closest to the spirit. Here we have that there too. We need to know we're not doing anything on our own. Man did not create the world, okay? And do we really think man can destroy the world? Like, come on, no matter how many nukes and bombs, like, do we really want to? Like, Oh, right, we can destroy this one and we'll move to the next planet. Like, the selfishness in that. Do we hear that? So listen to the truths of the sages, just looking back and reflecting. Some cycles don't need to be repeated. Do we really need to fight? That's what they want. Okay, people that want to control you, especially if you've got a fight inside yourself and you're not even trusting yourself, you're looking outside for the answer. That's how they want you. Come, tell me what to do. Right? But if you're going to go look for that advice, look for those ones that keep that connection to the divine, that don't say, I'm going to heal you, right? I know what's best for you. That ego thing, right? We call ourselves healers and stuff like that. We are not doing the healing. We don't do that. We open up to that channel, like really. Us humans, our egos, really. So we must check that all in ourselves, right? You're not responsible to knock down my ego. I'm not responsible to knock down your ego. We need to see that in ourselves, because that's the problem. Everybody's pointing it at everybody else, right? Not looking. They're not checking in and checking up. That's what we need to do. Listen to the truth of the sages, and we can see if they've done this already. Like, come on, let's do it a different way. Why keep repeating these cycles we've seen? Oh, maybe it'll work this time, right? The definition of insanity. Repeating the same experiment, expecting different results. But you're doing the same thing, when you're expecting it to turn out differently. Oh, maybe this time, right? Let's put oil and water together. Oh, maybe this time they'll mix. I'll keep shaking it. Oh, there it goes. It separates again. Whatever that is, right? We keep fighting at something that's obviously not there for us. Maybe it was, or maybe it's... Right? We keep pounding on this door that's closed and we're not seeing the one that's opened over here. Right? Because man thinks they know, right? Man's right in man's own eyes, mind, whatever. And we act from there. There's that pure shield. So that's what we need to, boom, come on, explode that in your own mind. We can only do that within ourselves. We think there's nothing out, no higher power above us, whatever. No matter what you call yourself. Even science out there, that black matter out there, they're still scientifically proven something bigger, right? That consciousness. And that we can go infinitely inside too, into the tiny, but we're, right? We keep exploring everything outside of us. Let's go inside. See, that's the pure tower. Everything that we need is inside us, right? Alluring through opposition. Now this one, I just want to look in that book one again. Five of Pipes, it's that channeling, you see? Just sitting there, not chasing the deer. And if that deer is coming out to you. So we don't have to chase down that dreams here. We recognize that call. We take that action. We must take that action, though. We recognize the call and take the action. It doesn't just come to us. Right? She's just sitting there and dreaming about that action she must take when that time comes. Must act on that. Align your will with the divine source. Oh, see, my hands are starting to seize up. I can't. Ow. Okay, but allure through opposition. I really just wanted to share that with you. Because this keeps getting me. It's opposite, right? It's the opposing vision. So let's just see. These come with a prayer. And then the card says the lesson. It is now time to go out into the world and share my dream. To give myself to my people. I know this is a challenging time when my life could be altered by the will of others. My ideas will be up for scrutiny by those I want to please. So, Great Spirit, I accept the courage to face the world with that which you have given me. I accept the wisdom to know how to express your divine nature within me to those who have eyes to see. I am strong in my commitment that the essence of my vision will remain true to that which you have inspired me to do, the will to do, the inspiration, recognizing the call. I will lure the world to its divinity by the nature of love you have given me. I will call the wild unknown, the strength and beauty ever present within me. Your breath, your life will pass through me, and I will be at my best. Right? We get out of our own way. We know it's spirit that's animating us. So it seems to be doing the opposite of what man teaches us. No, we have to do it. Pursue. It's not God. We got to do it on our own. We're all independent. So the lesson in this card. This one keeps coming up, so I'm feeling like it needed me to read this to you. I had to read it the other day myself. So then the lesson with this card. Your vision. Okay, and we're looking at that introspection. See, I put it right there with that one. And 5 of pipes. 5. 5s and 5s. Change. 5's about change. Your vision has brought a portion of your dream to you, but not all forces are yet aligned with your dream. Your own mind may wander from your vision. You may have friends or relatives who disapprove. The world may not currently accept what you have to offer. It is time to face these things and lure the universe to accommodate you. Holding the highest good that you can imagine in your mind, begin to enter the unknown. Whether you are engaged in a hunt in the primeval forest, or entering into a new marriage or a new career, you are stepping alone into a force field much larger than yourself. You are seeking only one prize, the cherished central key to your dream. Perhaps it is a person's ongoing love, maybe a position where your creative works will be recognized and encouraged, or an inner step of development that you have been longing to achieve. In any case, you must use your personal talents to guide the dearly desired toward you. Your fears will rise up. Your expectations that others should already be attuned to your needs will be confronted. You are alone and small in a field of seeming opposition. It is time to go with your gifts, pull out your talents, and use them, however meager you may think them to be. This is what the universe is asking of you now. Trust the higher self. Pull out the pipes and blow your life's breath into them. Give it your all. This is the ego's battle to transcend its boundaries. It is a time of interpersonal breakthrough and growth. You are coming to terms with life around you. This is creative conflict or the therapy stage of a relationship, a cleansing intensive. All of your energy is called forth to empower you. Play for all your worth. Your higher spirit is being pulled through, and the world will respond. Remember, attachment to ego, self-sacrificing that ego, is not just self-centeredness, but can be a stubborn holding on to the old and less creative self. For those ego boundaries, free those ego boundaries. Soar beyond old limitations. There are wonderful things you wish to do. Take this chance. Oh, see? That's why I had to read it. Wow. Did you feel that? Oh, I sure did. Okay. Biggest heart hugs ever. Yes. Thank you for being you and shining your light through in everything you do. Time to put it all out there, my friends. This world really needs you. Love you. Have a wonderful, blessed day. Thank you for all those prayers you sent my way. They've helped. You see, it's we're in this together. We've got this. Let's soar. Woo! Love you.